Hello guys and welcome to Top Explorer. First, I wanted to thank my supporters and first subscribers. I hope to release much more content in the future, gradually improving the quality of video, light and sound. In the next few weeks, I want to start a mini series of episodes about the beer scene in my home country of Israel, focusing on the point of view of a tourist. So, what do most people in the world think when they hear about Israel? Desert and camels? A Wailing Wall in Jerusalem? Wars? Well, of course we have those. But there is actually a lot more. Today I wanted to show you Israeli beers that you as a tourist, presumably interested in beer, are most likely to encounter in Israel. More so, I will show you the beers you are most likely never encounter in Israel, unless you look for them specifically. And to be honest, I think you should. Number 10. Maccabee. Probably the most Israeli of all Israeli beers, dominating the local beer market for decades, still serving as a go-to beer for the common folk. Brewed by a giant beverage company Tempo since 1968. Although the recipe was significantly changed lately to be all malt, which made it more drinkable and less rough, still the Spell Lager is far from being interesting and complex. But if you're a tourist visiting Israel, you probably will encounter these green bottles pretty much everywhere. At the beach, the market, the small local hummus joints, everywhere. Now for tasting notes, it's pale lager. So grainy, little bit metallic to sweet, light-bodied, pretty much most common European style pale lager. You're likely to encounter these beers anywhere in the world. Number 9. Goldstar. Brewed in Israel since 1950s, currently also manufactured by Tempo. For most of the beer consumers in Israel, Goldstar simply serves as an upgrade for a pretty much boring Maccabee. Goldstar is extremely popular, now being the top-selling beer in Israel. You are more than likely to see it on tap in your hotel bar, at most restaurants, nightclubs and concerts, and even at the airport from the first moment you land in Israel. Now for tasting notes. This is an amber lager, very dominant flavors of caramel, malty, minimal hoppy bitterness. Decent beer overall, especially on the beach in a hot Israeli summer day. Number 8. Malka Admonit. Established in 2006, Malka Brewery quickly took over a chunk of Israeli beer market, producing extremely accessible beers, with a pale ale called Admonit being probably the most popular. It's an English pale ale, malty and sweet, light floral aroma, flavors of caramel, red fruits and honey. A really solid option if you're tired of boring lagers. Available in most convenience stores. Number 7. Gems 8.8. Established in 2009 by the two former Americans, this boutique brewery is one of the most popular in Israel. Currently operating 9 venues, mostly in central part of Israel, serving freshly brewed beers and quality food. Bottles are widely distributed across the country, can be easily found in large and small grocery stores. One of the most popular Gems beers is a Belgian strong ale called 8.8 or Shmone Shmone in Hebrew. So it's fruity, strong, typically yeasty, with touch of spices and significant sweetness. Can work as an alternative for more known Belgian classics, especially if you are a fan of the genre. Number 8. Negev Porter Alon or Oak Porter. Negev Brewery originally opened in 2008. Their beers are now contract brewed at Alexander Brewery. Currently 4 Negev beers are in production, with Oak Porter being really unique. This dry and sourish porter, aged with oak chips, is very interesting, but not as complex as you may think. And it's pretty easy to find in most convenience stores, at least in Tel Aviv area. Good choice if you're into dark beers. Number 5. Alexander Green. Alexander Brewery was established in 2008 on the rise of a local craft beer revolution, with one clear and simple goal: to produce an excellent Israeli beer. And it's been doing so for more than a decade, insisting on consistent quality, winning multiple prestigious European Beer Star Awards, and even recently collaborating with Mikkeller. Pretty straightforward, mildly hopped IPA, one of the first IPAs produced commercially in Israel, before IPAs became trendy and popular here. As for the beer itself, not much changed since then. Still a good quality, works as an entry-level IPA if you're not looking for something really special. Usually available at kiosks and convenience stores, and also untapped in selected bars. Number 4. Herzl Embargo. Herzl Brewery was established in 2013 in Jerusalem, and their goal is to make the beers with unique, bold flavors and tempting textures, and they do deliver. One of the more unique beers ever brewed in Israel, and one you're proud to bring your fellow beer geeks abroad. This porter brewed with tobacco leaves is really a bold one. Dry and roasted, flavors of chocolate and dark bread. Hints of tobacco add more complexity to this porter, but in my opinion work more like a gimmick here. Number 3. Dancing Camel Happy Hour in Sodom. Established way back in 2006, which makes it the very first commercial microbrewery in Israel. This Tel Avivian brewery is known for using unique local ingredients as part of their beer recipes. With an excellent lineup of high-quality ales and some of the most unique seasonals in Israel, this brewery is definitely worth a mention. Their beers are available mostly in specialty stores and of course at the brewery itself, which is an absolute must-visit for every beer geek visiting Tel Aviv. Now for the beer itself, it's a caramel porter brewed with salt from the Dead Sea, rich with flavors of cocoa and toffee, with interesting slightly salty finish. Number 2. Beer Bazaar Bhindi. Beer Bazaar beers were introduced to the market in 2012, at first being contract brewed, opened their own production facilities at Mikkeller in 2016, currently serving as a base for contract brewing themselves. Bhindi was first brewed in 2015, on the peak of a hop craze, immediately becoming a strong player on the local IPA market. Available mostly in specialty stores and all 6 Beer Bazaar locations in Tel Aviv, Jaffa and Jerusalem, along with 6 more beers of their constant lineup, occasional seasonals, and also numerous contract brewed beers. For tasting notes, it's a hoppy and tropical IPA, fruity and refreshing, well balanced and really accessible. And now for honorable mentions. Alexander Holy Fruit, New England Double IPA, very special collaboration with the world famous brewery Mikkeller. This hazy juicy goodness is one of the most unique beers ever brewed in Israel. Sadly, brewed as a limited edition, not that easy to find. HaDubim Typhoon APA, light and very refreshing American pale ale, loaded with aromatic tropical hops. HaShakhen Pressure Drop, contractly brewed at Mivshelet Haaretz, Beer Bazaar, really hoppy and fruity, tropical and refreshing, great summer beer, even for a winter time. And number 1, Shapiro Citra IPA. Shapiro Brewery originated as a home brewery in Jerusalem many years ago, and finally going commercial in 2011, is operating under a simple motto: good people drink good beer. And all I have to say, they do a damn good job at providing all these good people with the good beers to drink. For the beer itself, what can I say? Well, it's not just another IPA. In my personal opinion, it's the best commercial IPA ever brewed in Israel. Light, at the same time rich with citrusy flavors, fresh and hoppy, nicely balanced. Definitely my go-to Israeli craft beer. Well, that's it. This was my personal top 10 of Israeli craft beers. Now, of course you may not agree with me. I would like to hear your opinion. Please share with me in the comments. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. See you next time. Cheers.